Welcome back, everyone. Now that we have configured all our routers and added all of our IP addresses, we still have to do something about getting these PCs their IP addresses. So these PCs are going to get 30 IPs, 20. So what we want to do is add a DHCP server. Where are the servers? This is a generic server. Yeah, we're going to add a DHCP server, and we're going to connect that to the switch. Let's go with port 2 since it's a switch. And then once we go into it, we could set it up as a DHCP server. First thing we want to do though is give it an IP address. So statically assign an IP address to the server. So since the gateway is already 192.168.1.1, we're going to give this one a gateway of 192.168.1.2. Okay, subnet mask is very important. It's not 255.0, it's now 255.224. The default gateway is this IP address here, which is the first one you hit. So you're going to do 192.168.1.1. DNS server you don't need. So okay, so now you have your IP address for your server. Now you could configure your server to be a DHCP server, and you want to turn that one on. And again, you want to add your default gateway 192.168.168.1.1. That's your default gateway, no DNS server. Your starting IP address, so it's not 1.1 and it's not 1.2. So let's give it 1. You need 20, so let's give it, let's say 20. You have a total of 32. If you minus 20 from that, you start at 12. So let's start at 10 and say the maximum number of users is 20. Okay, so it'll give out everything from 1.10 all the way up to 1.30. And that should be good for this one. And this way you want to save this. And notice that all the numbers down here get updated. So now your IP addresses are saved. And let's just test that with our PCs. So we go into one of our PCs, we go into the desktop mode, and we just switch to DHCP server, and it's requested an IP address, and see, it got 1.10. Let's do it for the second PC. Desktop mode, go to DHCP server, and it's requesting, it got 1.11. And so on for the third PC. DHCP requesting, and this one got the IP address 1.12, which is very good. And finally, next PC, desktop IP address, DHCP server, and 1.13. Perfect. So we could also use this same DHCP server to distribute IP address to these PCs and to these PCs. The way we would do that though is we would have to add this LAN to this DHCP server and to make sure the IP helper attribute on the router is also configured. So we will do that in the next video. Actually, we might have time to just add the LANs here. So here we go. So we're going to use a second default gateway. So now we want to add LAN 2 and LAN 3. So we're going to do this. We're going to do LAN 2. The default gateway for LAN 2 is 192.168.1.33, and DNS server, we're going to start this at .32. It starts, we already assigned .33, so we want to give it start at 1.34, and we want to give out all 30. No, we can't give it all, it's only 32. We gave 1 to that. So we start at 34 and we give out 30. We're going to end up at 64, which is okay, because I think this range from that to 64, right? This was, let's find it up here. 1.32 goes all the way up to 1.63. Okay, so if we want to start at 34 and give out 30, it will end at 63. That's perfect. Actually, no, let's start at 34 and give out 29, because we already gave out 1 over there, just to be safe. And then once you get that all done, you just add it, because now this is a new LAN. So see, now that gets added in. And we're going to do the same thing again for LAN 3. LAN, LAN 3. That's just a name. You can give it any name you want. And this LAN, default gateway on this LAN was 65 we used. 192.168.1.65. And we're going to start this one at IP address 1.66. And we're going to give out a total of 29 IP addresses. And the subnet mask again is 224, which is correct. And we're going to just add that one in. Let's just see if it took. Yep, we have LAN 2 and LAN 3 in, and that is perfect. And we're just going to save all of that. Alright, so in the next video, we'll see how we could get the IP addresses to work for these PCs and for these PCs.